So an interesting thing to note here is that Kisses for Cats has gotten Vayne Lulu, and in any normal situation, Vayne Lulu is an extremely strong matchup, or combination rather, as well as Vayne being quite strong on the patch right now. I'm not 100% expert on the new patch updates on the ADs, but I believe they got increased movement speed. Vayne has been doing quite well as of late, so definitely strong matchup or combination again in this bot lane for Kisses for Cats, especially heading into this later stages of the game, as long as they are able to survive that laning phase with Misfortune Nautilus, which could be problematic.
That's going to be hard. So like MF Not is a really rude combination. Just being able to like throw Nautilus into the enemy line and just ulting in, you basically make them sit in MF's ult for the entire duration.
Yeah, definitely a good matchup in the bot lane as well, especially not even just in the laning phase. If you look at the entire team comp on the side of Iron Dragon, really solid team fighting comp. Maokai, absolutely unkillable right now. Zac, huge tank himself. We're just talking about Nautilus. And Azir, very strong late game carry. So, as you were just also stating, that Misfortune ult also massive, especially with all the CC coming through from Iron Dragon. So, really strong team fighting comp. The only other thing I would worry about, or not worry about rather, but just take note of, is that back to the Vayne Lulu again. Vayne is one of those champions that, if given enough time, will just completely shred through all your tanks. Especially with that Lulu to keep her alive and give those bonus stats, as well as shields and everything. Definitely not an unkillable team for the side of Kisses for Cats.
True. That being said, I really love ID's draft here. It's just classic Iron Dragon. It's a well-coordinated, very effective team fight comp with like lots of CC and two main focuses, that being Azir and MF. Just, I like this. This is really well done, I think.
Yeah, I mean, as you're saying, Iron Dragon really does things the right way. I would say they're very they focus on the team play aspect really well. They draft good comps. They communicate well in game. You can tell. I haven't actually listened to the comms, obviously, but you can tell by the way they play. They're communicating well. They're getting good deep vision and do a really good job of, once they have a lead, of just kind of choking out their opponents. So definitely something we're used to seeing on the side of Iron Dragon with these team comps. One other thing to note, though, in the team fights hypotheticals, would be that if Syndra is able to get a pick onto either of their carries, either Azir or Misfortune, completely devastating their damage output. So they really have to be careful not to lose anyone in any sort of cheesy picks with the Syndra stuns into being completely blown up.
Yeah, no, this is 100% contingent on whether or not Iron Dragon can keep Azir and MF alive. Now, Iron Candy is really good about his positioning to start with, and Elijah Lu typically does pretty good as well. But, you know, incidents happen. The jungle is a large and dark place, and definitely going to have to see if Kisses for Cats can capitalize on the fact that there are just two main damage dealers and a whole bunch of tanks.
And also, while Kisses for Cats doesn't necessarily have an early game team comp, while Syndra is obviously pretty strong in lane, as a whole, their early game is not super oppressive. If Iron Dragon falls behind in this game, it could be difficult for them to come back online, because they're not going to be super strong until Azir scales up, and if their tanks aren't tanky enough to do their functioning job, it could be difficult to come back unless they're able to really stay in the game for 30 plus minutes. So,
this is true. Fed Vayne is just game breaking.
Yeah, if you really don't have any damage coming out of Azir for a while, or Misfortune, if Misfortune gets behind and Maokai doesn't get ahead, doesn't get super tanky, it could be tough to get back in the game.
Well,
so we'll have to be careful.
There's only one way to find out, as we will load into the Rift right now. We'll just have to see if the players can do it.
We did see Iron Dragon fall behind last week. So it is possible to do it to him.
Intentionally.
Yeah, he's got his monochrome, he's got his tinfoil hat on over here. It's conspiracy theories.
100%. It's high quality tinfoil too.
Ah, that's good. That's
Only
good.
the best.
Spared no expense, I'm sure. So we do see some good rolling out in the side kisses for cats. A double XL will spot out this ward placed down by Ancient Mommy. A good 5-point rollout in the side kisses for cats here.
Yep. Brown on them would be proud.
Yeah, we definitely been seeing a lot more of these in the summer split, especially as we move forward and into the second couple weeks. No longer in those season 1 days of quite questionable rollouts.
Come on, just give me good invades. That's all I want.
All right, interesting here. Lijalu did get that ward in the tri-bush down bot lane. But it was spotted out by Sharon Fang. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Kane doesn't usually look to gank bot after clearing his red side jungle. But if he was going to do so, he would have to take a different route. But interesting to know, Ancient Mommy did start red side as well, so junglers will be on opposite sides of the map here, starting the game. What do you know about the Trundle-Maokai matchup, if anything?
I think Trundle's supposed to win that.
I'm not sure if it's supposed to be one of those wet noodle fights or not. Or if, yeah.
I mean, it's going to be like pretty wet noodle until level 6, right? Until Trundle can steal stats, it should be like wet noodle, and then like once Trundle gets ult, I think he wins that. Maokai just has to ult or disengage. It ain't pretty, but like it works.
Interesting, we saw I Am Candy walk down here and get a ward and spotted out double XL on his Raptor camp, so they do know he's doing the standard clearing red side camps, and they will know that he's now on the top side of the map. So good job just keeping tabs on where the enemy jungle is here from Iron Dragon. And that goes back to what we were saying about getting the vision, getting the wards, really playing the team-oriented style right, keeping track of the jungler, keeping your lanes safe, and not letting them get any sort of advantage. You see double XL hovering this mid lane.
Yep, coming in behind. Loose. The stun goes down. Ignite gets popped, and I'm Candy just has to flash out, but he will get away. Ignite for flash. Not a great trade, but no damage there.
Yeah, I'm
First
Candy
blood
being
wasn't given away.
a little bit disrespecting of the jungle pressure. The knew he was on the top side, had absolutely no vision in the river there. He had his ward on, or he didn't have a ward at all. And he knew Skullcrab was up, so not quite respecting or paying attention to the jungle pressure. So his flash will be down for the next several minutes. Will be important for cats to make a return trip at some point and try to capitalize on that advantage. But also interesting, pretty big CS discrepancy in the mid lane already. Azir up just shy of 10 CS. A little bit of a wave remaining there for Mountain Cat to pick up. If she does manage to pick it all up, won't be too much of a disadvantage, but good recall opportunity here from I'm Candy. Shouldn't end up missing much CS at all.
Yeah, that min wave discrepancy only resulting in a 5 CS difference at the moment. Which looks like Meowing Cat's going to make up for pretty aggressively here before doing a return back of her own. As Ain't Your Mommy is just going to clear this ward mid.
And Meowing Cat pretty low on mana here. Not going to end up resulting in anything as the wave will be crashing. Ain't Your Mommy gonna freeze that there so Candy doesn't miss out on anything. So I'm surprised that Syndra wouldn't win this matchup a little bit harder. I know Azir does have some pretty good zoning control, which could potentially keep Syndra walking up and getting those orbs, but I'm personally just a little bit surprised. Maybe I'm not familiar with the matchup enough. But again, looking at those CS discrepancies, they're pretty split across the map. Top side is way in the favor of Kisses for Cats, but that bot lane way in favor of Iron Dragon. And we've seen both of those lanes be pushed up for the respective teams pretty much this whole game. Trundle's been at turret on this top side.
No,
the mid lane,
speaking
though.
Of ganking, yeah, Meowing Cat not going to survive here. Ain't Your Mommy allowing for a very effective gank here. Azir's ult knocks back. Yeah.
So it's really not good for the side of Kisses for Cats. It's never good when you blow that flash and still end up getting away. Really leaves you vulnerable for those return ganks.
It's also super demoralizing.
That too. And then now that CS discrepancy, we're seeing that in the mid lane now. After that, it's it could be difficult for Syndra to come back in at least the lane after that. Candy's flash is also going to be back up way before. So it'd be a pretty huge window there to make a play. If Ain't Your Mommy wants to come back around for take 2. See lol to chest, yeah.
Putting a very cheeky ward here. I like this. This makes sure that he covers himself from the gank potential of the Kayn. That ward should spot him if he tries to do most of his jungle moves. If he goes in near tower, he should still be able to get in, but it will be a lot more difficult.
Yeah, and this is what we were talking about with Iron Dragon and getting the deep wards that really start to choke out their opponent. Look at those 2 pink wards or control wards in that top side. It could be a long time before Double XL ends up walking into those bushes. So, mid lane.
Another fight up mid lane as the gank comes back in. Ain't Your Mommy pops ult along with I'm Candy, and they make sure to feed the kill to Ain't Your Mommy this go around. As the Azir ult and the Zac ult will guarantee that kill.
Yeah, Meowing Cat in a really bad situation now in the mid lane. If she is at any point uses her E, the knockback, is an extreme vulnerability of being killed by the all-in from Candy with his ultimate, especially if Ain't Your Mommy is anywhere in the vicinity.
We just talk about how clean I'm Candy is on his Shurima shuffles. These are very well done.
Expect nothing less from him. Absolutely clean on LeBlanc, clean on Syndra, clean on every champion we've seen him play so far. Rise last week. Quite a deep champion pool as well. But back to the deep vision, though, from Iron Dragon. You'd expect them to probably look to take Ripped Herald here, other than the fact that top priority has been so much in the favor from Kisses for Cats. That's the one thing they had to be careful for. They had to somehow gain top priority through some jungle pressure and maybe look to take the Ripped Herald. But they've got the deep vision on that side of the map, so if they want to do it, I'm sure they could. His ward's still not
catching that ward. That's super unfortunate.
Does have a sweeper too. It's kind of unlucky. Has not swept either of those bushes he's been walking around.
Now, Lolchess gonna have to be very careful here. Has the Kayn coming
also
in behind
mid lane.
him?
Oh, a little bit of a whiffed ult there from I'm Candy, but Ain't Your Mommy is right here.
Oh, Meowing Cat manages to pick up the kill with a very clean ult into shove stun. but he's super low, and Ain't Your Mommy's not done with this chase, and it's going to get the kill as the cheeky last-second ignite, just to be annoying, is thrown out from Meowing Cat.
So we'll end up being a 1-for-1. Only summoner blown there is the ignite. Ancient Mommy doing a good job of holding that wave for Candy as he TPs back into this mid lane. Yeah, just a bunch of wet noodling here in the top lane. Other than that huge CS lead, Trundle almost have 30 CS now. But Maokai, as long as Maokai doesn't fall too far behind, does end up like too far behind. Like 30 CS is obviously pretty big discrepancy, but as long as it doesn't get too much worse than that, Maokai will still end up becoming quite tanky, quite hard to kill, and still able to do his job. So,
speaking of 30 CS discrepancies, down in bot lane, Lai Shai Lu is currently up by just 28 CS on this Vayne from Sharon Fang.
Yeah, and that's that rough lane we were talking about as well. Would be difficult for Vayne and Lulu to survive. They've been doing a pretty good job of it. Again, 30 CS is pretty big, but a little bit more impactful than probably would be on a Maokai being down 30 CS. But as long as it doesn't get too much bigger than this, should still have the potential to scale into that late game monster before the game ends at least. The dragon now very low. Ancient Mommy jumping in.
Yeah, it's going to be... Ooh, this is very unfortunate. Double XL is going to manage to get the 50-50 spite onto the dragon, but he's going to lose a teammate in the process. Sessica taking the fall there for Drag. Not a terrible trade. It currently gets them to 2 dragons, and it's fairly early on in the game, looking at like a 24-minute Dragon Soul potential here.
Ancient Mommy getting another deep pink ward down. I'm sure Double XL will spot this one out though, much sooner than the others.
Kevin really being annoying here. Going into the enemy jungle to proxy farm and steal the golems.
Yeah, and that's just that massive priority that they've had all game in this top side, and there's really been nothing that Iron Dragon's been able to do about it. Have not seen Ancient Mommy put any prioritization on this top lane.
Well, I think that's going to change right now with that proxy. It's going to force Ain't Your Mommy to come up here and answer. Kevin's going to flash out and just kind of put down his little zone of I move fast and get his way out of there.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, even with being pushed up so far, it'd be... I feel like I almost agree with the decision from Iron Dragon and Ancient Mommy to really just kind of let the lane play out, because Maokai's still gonna end up being super tanky, and it's not a huge problem at this state. And if you put a lot of pressure up there, you might not even end up getting anything out of it, because Trundle can just probably ult someone and just walk away, even despite all the CC coming in from Zac and Maokai.
Very true. Looks like Ain't Your Mommy is going to answer all this top nonsense with a bit of a cheeky Rift Herald here. Kevin may be able to suss it out here, but I think Lalto Chest moving up from the jungle might dissuade him otherwise.
I think it's a really good call on the side of Iron Dragon. As we were talking before, it's been hard for them to take the Herald because of the massive prio in the top side from Kissing for Cats, but they pushed him back as he was proxying there. They actually caught him out, managed to push him back, and got some prio in that top lane for a minute, so it was a good opportunity to take that Herald down. Oh, Hook landing bot lane. Misfortune ult being popped, but canceled immediately. Not exactly sure what did that, but we do see Candy now coming down, ult ready. But Kisses for Cat's bot lane seems to be wise to the situation, as there was a control ward there in that bush that Candy has not seen, or maybe just didn't decide to clear. I'm gonna leave that for Laijalu to take care of. Meanwhile, on the complete opposite side of the map, some similar action. But this time, also nothing much going to come out of it.
Now, this is a Rift Herald that was picked up by Iron Dragon here, and it's yet to be placed. So, normally whenever Iron Dragon takes their time to place a Rift Herald like this, it's typically going to be very impactful. They're going to run it up into someplace super effective and send it on its way to go be an absolute disaster. Ooh, oh, top lane. What did we just miss? Lalo Chess really putting in some hurt suddenly.
Yeah, Kevin able to just at the end of the day pop that W and walk right out at the last second. So those first two dragons had been taken down by Kisses for Cats. I don't think we should expect to see the same thing happen here. This bot lead has escalated to quite a significant portion, or significant level. Unless we see Kevin roam down from the top lane, his TP is unavailable. So
yeah, he'd have to start moving now. His best answer is to stay top and try to take this tower. It would be Iron Dragon's first drag, so not like super punishing, but
I'm a little bit surprised that Alta Chess did not head down bot lane here for the dragon.
Speaking down bot lane, fight breaking out now as that poor Double XL is going to get a little bit too aggressive and die for his effort. That more or less guarantees that this dragon will belong to Iron Dragon, as I'm Candy does a nice little Shuriba shuffle onto Meowing Cat, looking to duke it out. Ignite goes down. I'm Candy super low here. Flash goes out from both sides. There's a lot of shuffling going about. I'm Candy looking to have to do some very fancy maneuvers to get out of this one. He's going to kite very well. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Shuffle goes in, and yes, that is an incredibly well maneuvered fight there from I'm Candy, resulting in the death of Meowing Cat. And here comes Rift Herald drop mid lane, looking to pick up two towers here in quick succession, as Shelly should be in charge range right now. In goes the charge, in goes Hacksaw, looking to go a little bit deep. Tower aggro starts in on him, and MF drops ult, and it's not going to be enough to kill anybody, but it's enough to take that turret. Shelly looking for a second charge here. That would be massive, as she just does get it. As a kill is picked up, MF getting the ricochet kill onto Double XL yet again. Super unfortunate. Ooh, nice stun from Meowing Cat. However, the Shurima Shuffle comes in, and another death going back and forth. This could be very big, though, as Vayne has great potential to kill multiple members, as Ain't Your Mommy is finally going to get his passive pop. Laijai Lu looking to get in onto Sharon Fang, and eventually we'll get there, but Kevin manages to get the return kill. Ain't Your Mommy doing a very quick jump away. I don't know if he's going to be able to get his jump up. He should get his jump up fast enough. Kevin probably will not be able to secure this kill, but that was a lot of kill trading over a very long amount of time.
Yeah, that was a huge sequence there. Really starting all the way back when Candy had that amazing outplay in the Baron pit. A huge sequence there for Iron Dragon, stemming from that. Got two turrets with the Herald, several kills. A couple traded back there, though, onto Sharon Fang on this Vayne. So the one silver lining for Kisses for Cats there is if they're going to come back in this game, Vayne that much closer to the power spike. Does not quite have Goonsu's Rage Blade completed yet, but there is that little glimmering gleam of hope for their scaling with those kills picked up. But good sequence overall there for Iron Dragon, for sure. Now we have a moment to breathe.
Yeah.
That was definitely the sequence right there. Quite a sequence.
I was getting out of breath on that one.
But 20 minutes has elapsed in this game, and the Baron has now spawned onto the Rift. Iron Dragon... Both teams really hovering there for a moment, just keeping tabs on each other, but back to their ordinary, mundane lives on the Rift. No explosive 20-minute Baron fight in this one.
No, all in all, a pretty tame pace for this game.
It has been pretty tame, except for that one sequence we just had, but as a whole, it's been very slow pace. Only 14 kills here in 20 minutes.
Yeah, but a lot of objectives have been touched on though. Multiple towers down. Yeah, 4 towers down in total. 3 drags picked up. Definitely, you can see that most of these teams are both very objectively minded this go around. And we'll have to see exactly how that plays out and who will get the better objective control. As Double XL getting picked out here. Chess just kind of skirting around this. Looks like they might just give the chase here, as they can't see enough members of Team Kisses for Cats to justify continuing that chase.
Next Dragon will be spawning in 50 minutes here. We see Iron Dragon now running through this red side jungle of Kisses for Cats, trying to clear out some wards, getting some vision down for themselves, getting some good priority on this objective. Jolly a little bit far up here, though. Oh, we'll get
stun goes down. This could be very bad. The ult goes out. Meowing Cat picking up the kill very quickly, as Hacksaw will stand as the front line as Double XL slowly chases him down. This could be super unfortunate. Ult goes into the slow. Hacksaw going pretty deep here. Iron Candy pops ult, tries to push this fight back a little bit. This is a very unfavorable fight for Team Iron Dragon. As the dragon itself spawns up, this could result in getting on soul point for Team Kisses for Cats. This is super unfortunate, and where Kisses for Cats wants to be is right there. Just getting that pick and chasing them off an objective. That was playing their team comp very effectively, and Iron Dragon cannot let that happen if they intend to win this game.
Yeah, that was a huge mistake from Laijalu walking back towards the Raptor camp. He did not have any vision in that bush or in the previous bush, and really, there's really no other place for Kisses for Cats to be than running towards that objective. It would have made much more sense to come back through the other side of the jungle where he had vision. But
speaking of getting picks, Meowing Cat getting another kill, almost under tower. As Hacksaw goes in deep, this is a good team fight potential for Team Iron Dragons. They're going to look to maybe get Baron off of this, their smite down for another 60 seconds. So this could be a super questionable call as they miss the ward in the dot push on the river.
It will be a 4v3 if they do intend to contest this, but it's going to be pretty quick. Baron with Azir and Misfortune. And Sharon Fang not going to be there in time, so... They're going to have to turn off. Big ult there from Iron Candy, resulting in 2 kills very quickly with Elijah Lu getting both of them. This is a lot better turnaround and much more what they're looking for with their team comp. Getting those nice, well-rounded team fights out allows them to exploit the CC and damage potential of the build, and that's what they wanted to do. They just didn't do it earlier. Yeah, Double XL Meow Cat probably looking to just get a cheesy pick there with Syndra ult being up, but really did not have vision control, and that's Iron Dragon had those control wards in the bush. Absolutely no vision on the side Kisses for Cats, so really just kind of a agreed mistake play on the side of them to try to pick something off there.
Ooh, Kevin here getting picked off. Super unfortunate. He's going to try to run as fast as he can. The Zac slow will not go through, but there is a not ult there in the wings, followed by 8 Robbie's knock up on his elastic leap. That is not going to be enough. He's still going to get out with a flash.
Yeah, we'll have to expend Flash there, but we'll get out with his life. Kisses for Cats being... mid lane, though. Meow and Cat in a very precarious spot. Maybe able to just walk right out. Oh, no.
No. Ooh, with the Flash going out from Meow and Cat, still dying here. I'm Candy starting to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, and as you're saying, quite clean on this Azir. I'm thoroughly impressed. I've been thoroughly impressed with all these plays.
Mid tower's gonna fall from that. Inhib is wide open and will soon fall as well. As Azir, if he's good at one thing, it's destroying objectives. Maokai going down into MF ult. That's a lot of damage and a lot of CC. Hacksaw going in deep, taking tower. Multiple kills going through. Sharon Feg's going to die as he walks into spawn. It's not going to be enough. That's going to be long cooldown or long respawn timers. That's going to be game. As Iron Dragon is just going to very quickly go from, keeping it steady to winning in all maybe like the course of 4 minutes total.
Yeah, and it also happened after that big mistake from Lai Jialu to get caught out before that dragon. I really thought personally that Kisses for Cats was given a pretty good opening there to come back in the game, but ended up having a little bit bad positioning. Got a couple members caught out multiple times after that, which pretty much threw the game right back into the hands of Iron Dragon, and as you said, pretty much ended the game in quite quick fashion after that.
Absolutely. It was almost like that getting picked off right there was a wake-up call, and Iron Dragon woke up and stirred from there, seeming rest to just turn and be the Iron Dragon that we expect him to be. Really shattering the expectation that they may be slipping after their last week's performance.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, the game was really solidly executed from Iron Dragon. As we have been seeing, we've seen the nice deep vision, nice good rotates, really solid team play, team fighting, especially around objectives. We didn't see too much of the team fighting around objectives in this game. Was not much of that going on, but all in all, well executed game. Despite that one little hiccup there with Lai Jialu getting caught out. And we'll pick up their 4th win of the split as they do proceed to have a 4-1 record.
Very nice.
One interesting thing to note also is that I did notice that I just kept forgetting to mention it. We did see Lol to Chess in the top lane here, who's usually the support and Hacksaw bot. I'm not sure if that was an intended decision or not. But could have been
I talked to them.
Failed trade.
I talked to them briefly before the start of all this, and that was the intention, was to put Lala Chess as the top lane, at the very least for this week.
Well, I'm definitely intrigued to see if this is what they do intend to proceed with in future matches, but it ended up working out for him, so picking a dub's a dub.
In the game with just a 10k gold lead. Normally at the in-game screen, we see a lot larger margins. So
just the 10k gold lead.
I mean, just the 10k gold lead.
I will say this, though. I feel like, while I feel like this was a really well-played game from Iron Dragon, except for a couple plays where Kisses for Cats ended up getting caught out here in the last 5 minutes, I feel like they also played a pretty strong game, though. Obviously, they didn't pick up the dub. There was definitely some places that they were outmaneuvered by Iron Dragon, but I feel like I personally feel like Kisses for Cats put on a pretty okay performance today, and I'm definitely optimistic for them as they move into their the future games the next day and a couple weeks. So,
well, I, for one, am a bit of an Iron Dragon fanboy, but even so, after the performance last week, there were several points towards the beginning of this match where I was really questioning whether or not Iron Dragon would step up and perform. And Kisses for Cats was doing really good at controlling early objectives where they had the prio. So I believe they got first Rift Herald, and I believe they also got the first 3 dragons. And even in when um, Trundle, when Kevin's TP was down, they still managed to use him to control the top lane and handle or take tower because he wasn't going to be able to roam down fast enough to get to the dragon pit. So good macro play on their side, especially early game. But we will have to see if they can expand on that and continue to improve throughout the league series later on. As it looks like we're trying to get an interview with one of the members of Iron Dragon. We'll see in just a second.
I believe we're gonna have an interview with I'm Candy on this Azir.
Oh, that'll be nice.
For sure. But yeah, last little thing on Kisses for Cats is that good job, but I feel like a lot of the gold deficit they had early on was just because of the lane matchups. I'm Candy did a great job in the mid lane against the Syndra, as well as the bot lane was pretty uphill battle with the Vayne Syndra. So fell behind a little bit there with the gold lead, and Iron Dragon did a good job to really just capitalize on that and take the win. But speaking of I'm Candy, I believe he is now. Oh no, he's not in here.
Nope, not yet. Looks like we're still working on it.
Give it another
In
minute.
the meantime, yeah, chat. How are you guys doing today?
Chat. I see that guy was in here. He has to leave, but I was glad to see him.
Well, I think he's still here, which is good because
Oh,
you know, I did spend some time chatting with him earlier this week before he lost his promo matches.
ooh,
And
yikes!
yeah, super unfortunate.
All right, well, looks like we will not be having an interview today with Candy, unfortunately, as we will have to go to a quick break here before the. Oh, here it is.
Never mind. We
Let's
have
squeeze one in here.
very quickly. Candy, you did well, to say the very least.
Also, like all my teams made well, so it was just a team play.
Well, you say that, but I particularly remember a very interesting exchange between you and Meowing Cat, where you ran into Baron Pit at like 10% health.
Oh yeah. My teammates were like saying like I was crazy and stuff.
That's exactly what we were saying too.
Yeah, I kind of got lucky though. It was a lucky play because I didn't know I was gonna like. I thought I was dead, but top laner came, like back up.
Definitely, quite a humble response. I can respect that for sure. But this win will take you guys to a 4-1 record. You guys do play Trigger Happy next week. Do you think you guys will proceed? Are going to easily take down a 5-1 record after the game tomorrow?
I mean, that's our goal, but we can't like look at every team like easy because like last week we got like wrecked once, like absolutely destroyed. So after that we like kind of decided to like focus more, and yeah, we're gonna take the game seriously now, like way more. So yeah, we're ready for all the games now.
You're not looking to get cheesed by the Morgan jungle again.
Oh yeah, that was a nightmare.
For sure. Well, congratulations on picking up this win, and good luck tomorrow.
All right, thank you so much.
All right. That will bring us to a brief break here as we do set things up for game number 2 of the day, which will be Julia Duck versus Huge Minion Difference. We'll be back in just a few minutes, so sit tight.